Well, hello, hello, hello. If you're out there watching me live, welcome. My name is Mitchell Osborne, and if you're watching me in the archive on Facebook or over on my YouTube channel where I download these, my name is still Mitchell Osborne, and you can find me at mitchellosborne.com. Couple things going on. First of all, this is Talking Animals with Mitchell. Tonight, we're going to talk about 5 tips to assist your dogs as dogs and animals, any animals, to assist them as they're passing, they're crossing, they're dying, they're going to the Rainbow Bridge. So this will be an intense one, I think, but not overly dramatic. That's not my style, at least not here. But hey, if you do not know, it is Pride Month, and I'm doing the Pride Parade Tarot spread. You can get that at my website, mitchellosborne.com, in the tarot store. I post it all over the place. We've got a new moon coming up on June 21st. We've got, and that there's a spread for that. We've got Mercury going retrograde on the 18th of June through 12th of July. You can read a little bit more about that on my website and stuff, and post it everywhere. And what else we got going on? Something else. I think that's about it. I'm a tarot card reader, if you haven't figured that out, animal communicator, which is what we're talking about tonight, and a mindfulness transformation coach. Often usually going in with mindfulness and then potentially going to EFT, which is the tapping, EMT, which is eye movement therapy, NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, and that I pretty much, it's part of my vernacular. And then and possibly most likely hypnotherapy or hypnosis. I have 500 hours as a transpersonal and clinical hypnotherapist, but I mainly focus on the spiritual component of it because my teaching and belief is that things like smoking cessation, things like weight loss, all those things are symptoms of a deeper root, and oftentimes I feel like the spiritual part can help get rid of those. It's like you pull out the root and everything else collapses down. Hey, Norm. So welcome everybody. Oh yes, tomorrow night V and I will do some readings, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my other page. This is my business page, but on my personal page. So yeah, so let's see. First of all, what's been going on, you guys? Where you're watching from, and if you're in the archive, you can still post. And if you really need me to see it, just do at me, reference me at me, and then I'll see it. But I hope you're doing well. Let's see, second week of my corporate day job in the world of fitness being open back up. It's been pretty good. Tomorrow starts the third week. And trying to think of what else, animal-wise. Animals are all good here. There's another orange cat out front. We have not named it yet. We think it might be a brother or sister of Frank, who's out front, who Frank and the other orange cat are really not ours, but we feed him. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Let's see. Animal wise, I keep seeing a lot of birds. So a lot of, especially hawks messages, things like that. I think the hawk came up in one of my daily posts. And pretty much, hey, everybody, every day at noon, I'm posting a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. And one day, my beautiful dear friend, Bernadette King, who did the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, one day, she promised me, this is going to be an app. And once it becomes an app, then I'm going to be able to post a whole lot more of these. Hey, Mark Anthony, how are you? So, by the way, I will be using these shortly. I'm going to pull one card from the Oracle and one card from the Tarot. The Tarot I usually pull collectively for kind of like what's going on in the physical here and now. The Oracle more like spiritual, but both of them for the collective. So how have animals, Willie my, is it that horse or cat or dog? It's such a tiny icon, I can't tell. I know it's an animal. It looks like it might be a cat, but I can't tell. So how have animals been showing up in your life outside of your pets? Seen more large butterflies, beautiful, Norm. And butterflies are usually about that transformation. They go from the caterpillar into the chrysalis, completely metamorphosized, turn to gel, and then come out with their wings spread. So it's taking flight, the metamorphosis. So look where you're taking flight. Look where you're ready to come out of your cocoon. If you've been on lockdown, maybe the cocoon, you're coming out soon. Maybe butterfly will show up tonight. Let's see if that happens. But yeah, so where else have animals been showing up outside of your home? because we're so connected to our pets and animals in our home that yeah, they're different. They're like family. Something I do like to mention, and this is right from like Bernadette and her teachings. Typically, a so who's that? Hey, Natasha, how are you? Ladybugs, and I think ladybugs are like good luck. I'd have to look that back up. But let me put in one of the best places, www.spirit-animals.com, spiritanimals.com. That's one of the best places to find what the animals mean. It's short, it's succinct, but then they also give you a lot longer definition. But honestly, anytime an animal crosses your path and it like catches you, like, what was that about? Just put in like butterfly, totem, meaning, and then it'll come up. It'll usually come right up. Michelle, okay, so ended up getting a lion head bunny, and he's distant. Any idea why? So Michelle, what you need to do is I need a picture posted in the event, but it's too late now because I can't transfer it over. So 2 weeks from tonight, post a picture of that event. Is already put up. So if you look at the event, it'll tell you what to do. Because by you posting a picture, it gives me permission, and then I talk about it. And you don't have to be live, but you can. If you're not live, I'll just do a quick tap in. If you're live with me, then I can dive in a little bit deeper. But yeah, so I've already got one person I'm going to do a reading for tonight, Carolyn and Mac. So Carolyn, if you're out there, let me know. But also, so from Bernadette King's book and her teachings, an animal that has like been with you all your life. Like I grew up and my mom collected owls, and then she collected turtles, and I think now she's collecting frogs. And so those were probably totem animals, because totem animals are typically with you for a long time, with you like from birth, always there. You're drawn to them. Spirit animals are usually the drive-by messages. They fly, float, crawl, jump into your life, give you a message, and then they're out of there. And then the power animal can be used. You can call on them, like say, you need lion power animal because you're going to go into a meeting and you need to be strong. You need to be fearless because you have to speak in front of a crowd. You call upon that lion energy and you step into it. You embody it. You feel it. You become it, and you deliver and do whatever you need to do. Michelle, thanks. So Mark Anthony said, oh no, I didn't post a photo before. I thought we'd share here. Unfortunately, Mark Anthony, about a year ago, I thought we could, but you can't. You can't share a photo here. Yeah, that's why I always say, read the directions in the event, because it tells you can't, and I need a picture ahead of time, blah, blah, blah. So in 2 weeks from tonight, you can definitely do that. So Kathy Lily is 11 months old and still likes to go on her pee pads once in a while outside. Yeah, we have almost 19-year-old dachshund who he hits the pee pads every once in a while now because he doesn't see too well. He doesn't hear too well. He's very stiff. He's still kicking. And every time I tap in, he's still wanting to hang around. So you're welcome, Mark Anthony. So Carolyn, if you're out there, let me know because I'm going to do a reading for you for Mac. If you're not here, then you're going to get to see it in the replay. So let's see what else do I want to talk about. Oh, so let me set an intention for everybody here with me and for anybody who will be in the archive. So what I invite you to do is just take some slow, deep breaths. If it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, you can. And I always tell everybody, my clients, if I send you a video for a spread, I always say the same thing. You can agree with all of it, part of it, or none of it. So just take some deep breaths. And the intention I set for all of us is that we would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate on the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. And I call in any and all of your and my and your animals, angels and guides, and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this time we have together and beyond, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for our highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is. And so it is. So anybody else, a couple of people I see join. Anybody else want to let me know how animals have shown up in their life? Maybe for a drive-by message or something like that. Not so much your animals that already live with you, but any outside animals. And then I'm going to pull one card for the collective from tarot. the Arc Animal Tarot and 1 card for the collective from the Arc Animal Oracle deck. So yeah, welcome, welcome. All right, so if you want to post, so let me show you the back of the deck. This is the back of the deck. It's really beautiful, pretty glossy. It's quite large. So with my big hands, I can just pretty much hold on to it. But if you have smaller hands, this is a big deck. You'll probably have to shuffle like this. So this is for anybody watching. So if you can hear my voice right now, this card I'm pulling is for you in some way, shape, or form. And this card is going to be more for the here and now physical kind of psychic energy of the world. And this is from the Arc Animal Tarot deck from my friend Bernadette King. Beautiful, beautiful deck. You can find it, I think, on Amazon. And I think she finally got a publisher because I think she did it independently. And I'm waiting for that app. Somebody tag her, tell her I am waiting for the app because I will be buying it. I don't care if it's $20. I'm going to buy that app. All right, so the card for all of us watching from the Arc Animal Tarot deck is the Walrus, 8 of Cups. And we're looking at abandonment, escapism, true seeing. So I love this and beautiful imagery. So the 8 of Cups typically is like a man walking away from like 8 cups that are, half of them are spilled out. But it's usually like a journey of introspection and and reflection. And as you can see, abandonment, escapism, true seeing. So I like that, the escapism, because sometimes you are escaping what's going on emotionally, but the true seeing part is like once you get there, then yes, you're going to find that true seeing kind of feeling. And we're about to go into Mercury retrograde this Thursday, the 18th. So that 8 of Cups is for me, it's very much retrograde. It's an internal introspection. And if you guys don't know, let me tell you like some of the beautiful key things to do. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. Some of the key things to do during retrograde. Hold on as I'm trying to get my notes up here. So during retrograde, it is a great time to do these things. Review, renew, revive, reclaim, release, restore, rekindle, replenish, revitalize, reinvent, reflect, redo, revamp, remove, renegotiate, and reconnect. So all the re's, and it's because it's retrograde, so it's a time to not really push plans forward. If you have to, cross the T's, dot the I's, make sure you know what you're doing. Communication can get messed up, but it can also be a beautiful time to learn how to go with the flow. It's like a wave of energy. You can either ride it in like a rock star or let it pummel you to the ground. So now I'm going to pull from the Arc Animal Oracle deck, which there's about another 70 cards here. And this card is going to be for the collective of us for more spiritual stuff. So from this deck, let's see, from the spiritual unicorn, divine purity, rarity, and sovereign. All right, I love this. So I would say really focus on your rarity, your uniqueness, and really, really look at the divine pure self that you are. Your what's the word I'm looking for? Your sovereignty. I mean, your divine nature. I'm a big believer that we are all a tiny little aspect of that all-encompassing source energy. Just like this water is from this planet as a whole, from an ocean, from a lake, but right now it's in this vessel, which that's like me in this vessel. And once I die, I go back to all that is. I evaporate back into the ethers. So yeah. So any questions about the cards thus far? So, and then the lesson I want to talk about tonight, and then I'll do the reading for Carolyn if she shows up. If she does, we'll do it back and forth. If not, it'll be just a quick tap in since she is not here. So this is, and I want to, give credit where credit is due. And this is from one of my teachers who doesn't know she's one of my teachers. Well, she might, because I think I've received all her books. I have, oh, there's Carolyn. Hey, how are you? Good. I'm glad you're here. So probably about another 5 or 7 minutes. So this is from Danielle McKinnon, an animal communicator. She is an amazing psychic medium. Like I said, I don't know her personally. Watched probably all her videos, read all her books. At least 3 of them. I don't know if she's produced another one yet, but just an amazing teacher. And I got this email from her because I'm on her email list. And I put the link because I'm going to give credit back to her because it goes in a little bit more depth. But right here, right now, I want to talk about 5 tips that you can do and use with your pets, with any animals in your life, especially as they're getting close to the end of their life, or they are dying, or they have died. And tip number 5 is treat your animal as normally as you can. And this I think is something very important, and it leads into more of the other ones. But if you know an animal's out of sorts, or if you know they're on their last leg, or they've got some kind of cancerous or heart stuff, and you're just keeping them comfortable, treat them as normally as you can, because they're used to that beautiful normal energy. And the challenge is within you, because most of the time they don't even know what's going on. They may have a little discomfort, they may have a lot of pain, but usually they're clicking along. Just even when dogs and cats have lost a leg, they just keep hopping along on 3 legs. They adjust and move on. And I think it's because they know how to live in that moment. They don't live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda past, and they don't worry about where I'm going next, what's happening next. So tip number 5, treat them as normally as possible. Tip number 4, manage your energy for your animals. And I think this is a big one. If you've followed me for any length of time, you've probably heard me say, avoid that, oh, poor baby, when you see that animal on the side of the road, when you see that animal, suffering. And because the poor baby energy it's not supportive. It's, acknowledging they're in distress, they're in pain. And we're human, so we want to do that. What I say and what I do is, and I still have that reflex reaction. And what I do is, wow, thank you for what's going on right here, right now. Thank you for your message to me. Thank you for being that warrior, showing me how to keep walking, keep moving. And again, half the time, or probably more, we're really projecting our own sadness, aloneness, insecurity, and fear onto them. If we see an animal walking down the side of the road, we may go, oh, poor baby, and we're going, we're echoing and projecting our sadness, our how sad would we feel if we were walking down the street by ourselves, where that animal may be going, I'm on a journey, I'm having fun, ain't nobody worried about me. They're out there living their life, being free a little bit, so it is interesting to be conscious of your energy and how you might be projecting it and pushing them out on them. And then another one, tip 3, a little tougher, allow your animal the space they're asking for. And this is tough, especially if their mood or energy shifts. And they used to be a lap, cat, dog, bird, whatever, and now they moved away from you. It could be their way of preparing to go. It could be their way of not inflicting that energy on you. It could be their way of distancing themselves from your energy, because, you may be projecting that sad, oh my gosh, they're going to die, I can't live without them. Animals, that's heavy, dense energy, and they might move away from that. So if they are distancing themselves from you, tap in and say, okay, what am I doing? How's my energy changed? Let me find a way to be most positive, upbeat. But let them have the space that they're asking for. If you know anything about dogs, thank you, Mag, exactly right. A lot of dogs, when they're roaming free, when they're ready to go, they go off by themselves and they pass away, peaceful, calm, silent, out of there. Then tip number 2, working our way down from 5 down to 2, let your animal have the plan that they want. And this is tough because sometimes this is where you have to be a little psychic. Which I believe you are. You have to tap in, tune in, and trust me, over the, how many years now? Almost 12 years working with animals, mostly the last 9 years. The first 3 years I didn't a lot. But a lot of times the message I get is, I feel and believe that your animal would like to just pass naturally at home. And tap in and say, if this is not how you want to pass, then you got to show me, you got to let me know. But it is difficult to watch an animal pass. We see it as suffering and dying, where they see it as their exit point, getting out. And this is a challenge for a lot of people because again, you've got to connect. You've got to be use your intuitive abilities that you do have, your psychic abilities. And when I do the work with people, sometimes I'll say they keep showing me at home. They keep showing me they want to take their last breath, but sometimes they say they're asking for you to help them. When the time comes, they're telling me you will know, and it will be an inconvenient time, after hours vet, or lapse of love, whatever it is. But, really trust what works. And as your animals get older, I encourage people, connect with them early on. Sheldon, our dachshund, oh my gosh, he's almost 19. From probably 15 years on, I've always connected and I said, listen, buddy, however you want to go, I'll honor it. But if you could just take your last breath here at the house, it's as sad as it sounds. I would love to just one morning wake up, because he sleeps in our bed, just one morning wake up and he'd be gone. And it was a peaceful passing in the night. That is what I hope for, and Fabian is kind of the same way. But, we've had to take 2 Pomeranians and an American Shorthair cat to the vet and hug them and kiss them and say goodbye to them on that table. And it is one of the most heart-wrenching things I've ever done. And I would do it again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, because it was a beautiful experience to have them in my life. And it was a more beautiful experience to be with them taking their last breath. As challenging as it was for me as a human, but I think it was kind of amazing. I can only imagine, what it's like to give birth to a child, and say goodbye to someone, hold their hand as they take their last breath. So, yeah. So, yes, Natasha, it is. And then finally, become aware of how the passing and the ending of their life may help you, may be a lesson to you, may help you grow. And Meg said, my dog got ill Mother's Day AM, took him to the vet Sunday AM, and the vet said he had a huge cancer mass in abdomen. I knew it was the last time he'd be home. We had to make decision to put him down. He laid between us on the floor and he knew he had to go. Beautiful, beautiful. And I know it was painful. And I'll tell you, Meg, thank you for saying that, because this is something I didn't say. Animals love to go on holidays, just like a lot of people like to go around the big holidays when everybody's around. Toby went on Groundhog's Day. Lovita went on Memorial Day. It was a rainy Monday night. We had to go to the after hours vet. And Tiffany. Lovita went on Memorial Day. Tiffany went on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I just met with another client yesterday, and I kept saying, big day, important day. When did they go? And she said it was Memorial Day. I'm like, same with our dog. So, and it was the same thing, after hours, late night vet, blah, blah, blah. So they do go on those important days. So Meg, going on Mother's Day of all days, I mean, I look at that as special because you're probably like their mommy, And Meg says, I hear him constantly. Yeah, it is very interesting. There's a lot. And I think it's about the energy of the day. It's a powerful day. It's got a lot of energy around it. It's different than just, Tuesday, June 8th. It's Father's Day, and Father's Day, the number changes every year, but Father's Day carries with it energy because it's been celebrated, just like scripture, just like spells, just like mantras. They've been given energy over the years. So they're powerful days. I just listened to Bob Olson from Afterlife TV. He did a thing today, and it was interesting because he talked about about death and dying and stuff like that, and it resonated with me a lot with the animals too. Meg said yes, he's always saying mommy, I'm here. That's beautiful. Carolyn said Olivia went the night of a big hurricane. Yeah, and that's big, powerful energy. And hurricanes are wind. That's thought moving. Wind is thought. And it's usually full of water, which is emotion. So it's head, heart, all that just going at you. Natasha said, I have to take a sick leave when my baby Blanco goes. And you know what, Natasha? Absolutely. They're important as if a family member passed away. And here's something, Natasha, this is not me saying this to you, but you reminded me of this. Be conscious of your words that you say, saying things like, oh, I'm not going to be able to take it when they pass, or I'll never be able to live without them. That's heavy stuff. So be conscious. You can say, it will be a sad moment when they go, and I will cherish the life I've had. I will celebrate them. I will mourn them, whatever little time I need to get beyond it. So be conscious of the words you say about that, because you don't want to set yourself up for a long, painful, drawn out, grieving time. So this is very, very powerful. So yeah. So the link I put up there for Danielle McKinnon's site, it goes over those 5 points, and she probably says things a little differently than me, but again, she's one of my teachers, so probably similar. But yeah, so treat your animal as normal as you can. Manage your own energy for them. And this is all as they're passing away or as they're getting close to the end of their life. And then allow your animal space that they're asking for. Let your animal have the plan that they want, that they desire. And then become aware how the helping may be, how the passing may be helping you, or maybe a big lesson for you, because it usually is part of your life lesson. I believe they are part of our soul family and here to teach us stuff. So any questions on that before I move on to Carolyn? I've got one animal communication to do tonight. So, and Carolyn, just let me know that you're still out there. And I'm going to be reading for Mac. Mac is 4 to 5 years old, and saying that there's fear of sounds and some objects. So Carolyn, just let me know if you're out there, and then I'll tap in, and then I'll ask you if you have feedback. So, and you guys, if you're watching and wondering, how did Carolyn and Mac get on here? Okay, good. So here is Mac. Everybody get ready. Aww. So this is Mac, and I think you said he. So Carolyn, let me know if Mac is a boy, because I think in your post you said he. So let me know if it's a boy. Yay, Carolyn, hello. So this is Mac, and Mac lives with Carolyn A. Pope. So, and she said fear of sounds and some objects. So the first thing I would say, and this is where, okay, yes, boy. And Carolyn, when I say something like, is it a boy? And you just say yes, I might ask 2 or 3 questions. So say something like, yes, he's a boy. So I know what you're referencing, just so we don't get tied up in miscommunication, especially with Mercury retrograde coming. So first thing I would say, if Mac is afraid of some objects, and then a lot of like fear of sounds and noises and things like that, I would look to all the humans who share the house. That's okay, Carolyn, or who are in the house, and see if anybody is jumpy, on edge. Did someone have like a carjacking? Are they living in a place of fear right now? Is there some anxious feelings going on? Because a lot of times our animals are going to project and reflect what's going on within us as humans or other humans in the house. If this started happening, or if it's always been happening, then that could be a different story. And it could be just from where they've been and they're carried it on. And then for everybody listening to me, here we have Carolyn saying fear of sounds and some objects. So every time they encounter the object, are you projecting, oh my gosh, they're going to be afraid of that object? Be conscious of that. We think his anxiety is from his past owner. So if it is from the past owner, then we can have a conversation and do a little energetic cord cutting and say something simple as, and I'm going to do it now. So Carolyn, with your permission, just kind of work with me here energetically. Mac, if this anxiousness, anxiety is from a past owner, then let's release that energy from the past owner. Let's just gently cut those cords. You're moved on to Carolyn's life and home and house. And we want you to start working with her energy, her family, her friends, and the energy of the house. So, Mac, with your permission, let's just release that past owner, because your contract with them is done. Your work with them is done. And if it's not, you're going to have to show us how we need to work back with them. But if we can, let's release that. And then Carolyn, moving forward, be conscious of your words, as in, Mac, now that you're freed, you are in a more peaceful, calm state of being. We appreciate that. So see Mac as being peaceful, see Mac as being calm. And if all of a sudden he starts to get uncalm, say, it's okay. We've released that, Mac. Let's take a deep breath with me, Mac. Let's move into a peaceful, calm state of being. But again, check the humans and see if anybody's supporting the story or anybody's supporting the energy. Because a lot of times that's what we do. And the perfect example is if two cats in your house got into a fight one time, and then every time you see them walking towards each other, you think, and the mental picture is of them having a fight. You're thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to get into a fight again. They're going to get in a fight again. You literally are telling them, please get into a fight again. The image I'm sending you is of being in a fight. The energy, everything about it is saying, please get into a fight. So what you want to do is flip it and say, oh, so glad they're living peacefully, sharing the water bowl, eating out of the same food, sleeping in the same bed. And sometimes you just have to keep thinking and thinking that. So, and here's the other thing, Carolyn. Spirit just told me this. When you see Mac in a anxious state, I want you to look at him, put your hand on your heart, and take 1 to 3 deep breaths. And with that deep breath, just imagine you're sending a beautiful green light of peaceful energy to Mac, and then it's bouncing back to your heart. And what I believe Spirit is telling me to tell you is you're going to teach him how to be mindful, be in the moment, and release any anxious feelings. And I keep saying anxious feelings versus anxiety, because anxiety is a diagnosis, and I have to be conscious of that. But more importantly, you could be anxious yourself for somebody else, and you're such a high tolerance to it, you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. That's one thing that the COVID-19 has taught me, because I can't go back to the high intensity of, being numb to the anxious driven feelings. Once I start finding myself on my phone too much, I'm like, I'm not there anymore, because it's like once you've given up cigarettes, your taste becomes so powerful. It's like, oh my God, I can't drink that much sugar anymore, or when you stop drinking sugary drinks and you go back to drink one, you're like, that is too sweet, so this could be where, Mac is trying to get you to have less anxious feelings. And again, it may be right below the surface and you don't even realize it. So Carolyn said, yes, that is true. We don't realize how we are immune to the high levels. We don't. Thank you for acknowledging that, whether it's true or not for you. Because if it is true or it can help, at least you're acknowledging it and starting to unravel that part for you and for anybody else here. But yeah, so, it's like drinking alcohol. The more you drink, the more your tolerance is, the more it takes to get drunk. And I know, it's been 28 years clean and sober. So Carolyn, any other quick questions as we kind of wrap up this with Mac and with you? And everybody watching this, whether you're live or in the replay, just put your hand on your heart right now if you can, and just take a couple deep breaths, maybe 3 full deep breaths. Let your belly pooch out. Full deep breaths for Carolyn, for Mac, and any other humans or animals in her house. Just breathe in relaxation. And exhale, releasing any tension, any anxious feelings, anything that's not serving you, just release it. One more deep breath if you haven't already. Whew, I got a little high. As a mindful, and next Sunday night, I'll be doing mindfulness. I don't know if I think I've done animal mindfulness. It's a beautiful, I did not coin this, but there is a beautiful thing called Peditation. And this beautiful, beautiful book, The Peditation Companion, Paige and Leslie are the authors. But yeah, it's mindfulness meditation with your pets. I don't dislike the word pet. I just don't like using it. I like to say animals better, because pet makes me feel like almost like slave, like you own them. So thank you, Norm. Yay. See you tomorrow night. You're welcome, Carolyn. Oh, good, Carolyn. I'm glad you feel that calming energy. And you know what? This could be either you're teaching Mac how to calm and drop down into that beautiful, or Mac's teaching you more calm and peace. But either way, who cares? Chicken or egg? Let's get there together. So yes, everybody, check out my website. A couple things going on tomorrow night. V and I will be doing tarot readings on my other website, just the Mitchell Osborne Facebook page, not this business page. My website, mitchellosborne.com. New moon coming up on the 21st. Get your spread for that. It's a great time to plant seeds. Mercury retrograde is coming up June 18th. See how this might affect you, what you might be able to work through it, what you might be able to release. That's a beautiful spread. What else did I say? Oh, the Pride Parade spread, because it's June, Pride Month. Check that out. And next Sunday night, we'll do some mindfulness. And if you want to book a session with me, I'm about 2 weeks booked out right now. So I think I might have one left in June. And it's mainly because I have my full-time career in fitness. I usually do virtual clients on Tuesday night, Thursday night, 7 p.m., Saturdays, 10:30, 11:30, and 1. So yeah, and if you're not finding a time or something, you can always email me. I can see if I can't squeeze you in, but I am very good about honoring my boundaries and my downtime and stuff like that. I have to practice what I preach. So, all right. Let me take Mac down. Cindy, Mac, Carolyn, all of you, some beautiful high vibration. And the rest of you, I say namaste, stay safe and healthy until we chat again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, Malamir. It's good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, bye, you guys. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, whenever you're watching. See ya.